So on Earth Day this year, 17,000 people from 41 countries took to the beaches, parks and rivers in the war against pollution. Now, this group came together because they were tackling a global crisis, and from 6 continents they cleared 145 tons of waste. This is the equivalent of 24 African elephants. That's an enormous 145 tons cleared by 17,000 people in just 2 weeks. Now, this group not only share a love for the environment, but there's something else that brings them together. They're all gamers. They all play popular augmented reality games, Pokemon Go and Ingress. So in 2018, Niantic, the creators of Pokemon Go, started this initiative as a way to mobilize their players to be a powerful force for good in the real world. And in just 1 year, the initiative grew 20 times, showing that gamers want to and can make a difference. And despite what many may think about gamers, gamers want to get out into, and they do care about, the real world. Yet gaming continues to get a negative reputation for influencing negative behavior. But if it can influence the bad, it can surely influence the good. Gaming continues to grow at a phenomenal rate with no signs of slowing down anytime soon. And in fact, gaming is now bigger than film and music industries combined. And surprisingly, in the UK, gaming is more popular than Snapchat, Instagram, and Twitter. So what if I was to tell you that gaming could be more than just entertainment? That gaming could be a powerful force for good, which is already making a positive impact in the world today. By connecting gamers to each other and the planet in a way that really matters, we can start to make a big difference. Because being part of something bigger than ourselves, helping others, is really powerful stuff. You see, when we do good, we feel good, and we release serotonin, and it makes us feel happier, and that's because we've done something worthwhile. So I want to share with you another example. We've looked at saving the planet, and now we're looking at saving ourselves. So this was an initiative set up by the Dove Self-Esteem Programme in order to reach young men and women and boost their self-esteem and body confidence. It was a playable advert rolled out across global hit mobile games. In 4 weeks, it reached millions of people, results that would normally take a whole year to achieve. And it was the first digital step for the Dove Self-Esteem Programme, which had launched in 2004, and had since then reached 27 million people. And based on the results of this campaign, we worked out that it would take gaming 6 months to achieve the results that had previously taken 15 years to reach. So here we can clearly see that reach and speed are 2 big benefits that gaming can bring when making an impact. And if this is what a few games can do, think about what all the games we play could do if they made an impact. Think about what 2.5 billion highly engaged gamers could achieve while they play. 16 billion hours of pure, uninterrupted time per week. That's pretty powerful stuff. In fact, if we planted 20 trees per gamer over the next 10 years, charity WeForest estimates that we could eradicate global warming entirely. So suddenly, gaming doesn't feel like it's a waste of time. Suddenly, gaming seems like time well spent. But by now, you're probably asking yourself, but how can gaming be so powerful? So let's take a deeper look. Games take us on a journey that involve us and that we're immersed in. When we play a game, the actions that we take result in consequences. When we play, we learn, we're challenged, and we're inspired. And when we play, we want to improve our score, we want to reach the next level, we want to achieve our goals, and ultimately, we want to win the game. So imagine applying this thinking to the most important goals of our time, the Sustainable Development Goals. So the Sustainable Development Goals were launched in 2015 by the UN as a way to make the world a fairer place. So there are targets that have to be met by 2030. These are by far the most important goals of our time. And we uncovered that in the games industry so far, there are 214 games working towards supporting the goals in some capacity. So just how are they doing that? So games are telling stories to inspire behavior change. They're running public advocacy campaigns, and they're funding real-world projects. They're pledging for change. They're uncovering data for scientific research, and they're better understanding what we care about, and more importantly, the actions that we would take to make a difference. We're turning online actions into offline impact and making digital entertainment a game changer for the planet, because now we really are playing for our lives. But despite the great work of the industry to support the goals, we realized that there was no real mechanism to educate people on what the goals are and the actions that they could take. Let alone, there was no way to really speak the language of the 2.5 billion gamers. So we created a game specifically for the goals, entitled What's Missing. Now, this teaches you about the goals in a puzzle-type game format. It only takes a few minutes of time to play, yet it could teach us so much about the goals and about ourselves. And it was here that we uncovered something really interesting. What we uncovered was that the #1 goal that people would support was hunger. But on deeper data analysis, we found out that more people were likely to take action to fight against poverty. So this goes to show that what we say and what we do don't always correlate. And what we'd uncovered here were subliminal values from players, unconscious intent. And now we were starting to understand what people truly care about. You see, in a game, what we do consciously and unconsciously matters. This is where we can better understand what drives us. So gaming has been the best-kept secret to saving humanity. And now it's time to let that secret out. It's one of the strongest contenders to achieving the Sustainable Development Goals in the little time that we have left to do so, 100 months to be exact. So we need to act fast. Reach, speed, and action are 3 big benefits that gaming brings to the table, and they're all critical elements to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. So the next time you're on the train and you see someone crushing candies, clashing golf, or flinging Angry Birds, just think to yourself, are they fighting the war against climate change? Are they boosting their self-esteem? Or are they helping to achieve the greatest goals of our time? So before I go, I'm going to set you a challenge. If you're a game developer, think about how you could engage your players to be a force for good. If you're an organization working towards the goals, think about how gaming could accelerate your efforts. And if you're a gamer, think about the games that you choose to play. Are they working towards the best version of the world for you? Because if we join forces and play nicely together, we will win the most important game of our lives, life itself. Thank you.